Okay. I'm live. So, gosh, our house is a mess. So you should be able to find it, right? And put a link in the group. There we go. Nobody's here yet. Share. Copy link. Oh, I think there's some people here. I just gotta find the comments. Paste. Okay. Post. Hi, everybody. Hopefully, disregard our boxes piled up to go to recycling in the back. Now, let's see. How do I get here? Turn the chat down. I should be able to see everybody's comments. Oh, it's live. Did I pause it? Okay, I'll work out these kinks yet. Okay, hey. Okay, I don't see any comments. Oh, wait. Hi, Evie. Okay, I'm seeing comments. So I'm just going to have just a couple minutes looking at me because I'm a hot mess. But I want to show you the new bag. Wait until maybe a few more people get on here. I don't know, Grayson. This was Grayson's idea to do YouTube so I can get my numbers up. But why is this taking so long? Like, I'm so bogged down. Hi, Vivian. What I don't like about YouTube is it doesn't save the comments during the live. It like only saves them for like 30 minutes. Maybe I'll do double YouTube. But I'm going to do a demo after this, so. Okay. Yeah, it's new. And our house is a mess. Ignore the pile of junk behind me. We have so many boxes from quarantine and getting stuff delivered, and we cannot keep up on top of it. Okay, it says there's 7 people. I gotta wait for Mary. Mary will be very upset if we start without her. We cannot start the party without Mary. And hopefully I'll be able to figure out how to rotate this for doing the demonstration. I have to test out the 5x7 double hoops, so I figured I might as well do it on a demo. Okay, Mary, where are you at? I don't see Mary yet. Let's give us another second until Mary gets here. She didn't see the message?
I don't think so. At least not yet.
Do you have Facebook on your iPad? Can you look on Facebook and see if anybody's said anything? Let me see. You don't have Facebook on there?
No.
All right. Did anybody post yet? Let's see. Okay. Okay, well, we'll get started. There's 10 people here. So you guys can take the chance to subscribe and like the video now if you want. Oh, it paused myself. So now I paused myself. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see. I could fast forward. Okay, so I had this idea for at least a year on how to do a more dimensional pocket on a bag. So up to this point, I've just been doing thinking in my head, playing with fabric, playing with paper, watching sewing versions, trying to figure out how can I do this. I thought for sure I could do it. And I actually planned on doing it in a wallet first. And so that hasn't come to be. But out of the blue, I have had a couple of ideas for this concept. And I have one that I actually started but didn't finish. So was it last week? It just all hit me all at once, and I had to get it out and I had to design it. and the testers loved it. And so I did the first testing that I gave you guys a sample of. So this one is 4 sizes. I cannot make it any smaller, I think. I don't know. I'm thinking about a 5x7 because I think it would be stinking cute for a little kid. You'll see what I mean when I show it to you. So right now we have 9.5 by 14, 8 by 12, 7.9-ish by 11, and 6 by 10. And I might get a 5x7 out. It's going to be a little bit delayed release because my testers wanted me to add something else to it. So I didn't get to work on that because I had a real life work emergency for my day job this weekend. Anyway, so without further ado, I'll show you the first one that I gave you guys a sneak peek of. This is the Dolly Mini Rucksack. Look at how flippin' adorable. Now this, ignore this flange here. I did change that and omit that because it just had too much bulk up here. So I'll show you on the 6.10. So now you have a pocket on the back. And this is what the testers wanted. They want another pocket on the back for change. So there'll be an option for that. So we have to test that out before we can release it. Then you have your main pocket in the front. Isn't that cute? And here we go. I did it. You have a gusseted pocket with all that depth in it. And also a slip pocket inside here. So if you just want to put your ultimate wallet or a few credit cards in there. So now I have mine, I used vinyl for this. So and I just flipped over the hem. But you can use cotton, and I used cotton for the other one. This is 2 hoopings. Yes, this is all done in 2 hoopings. So this is doing it just like if you have done cha-ching, and I think I did it on one other ones. I hide this stitch out. Okay, so I can see you. I hide this stitch out in the first hooping. So this gets stitched and then you cut it out and then finish the first hooping. So it's my little trick so that we don't waste fabric. So there's little D-ring strap connectors down at the bottom and then in the middle. So you can hook 2 straps to this for your backpack. And then the placement for the handle, if you want the handle. That could be optional. No, you cannot ride a bike while I'm on video. So you don't have to put this strap on here. It's totally optional. Okay, and then that's the 7.9 by 11. And this is the 6 by 10. Oh, stinking cute. So this is the revised back. So it just goes straight across. And to eliminate the bulk of this bag, I don't know if I can pull this pocket out if it gets stitched in. Yeah, actually I can. Most of it I can. You can see that this pocket, I actually took it out of the seams. So it's loose when you put it on the top. You'll see that. That way I reduce the bulk down here. Also, in the instructions, I'll instruct you on the cutting dimensions for the interfacing for cotton so that we don't put that in here. And I'm not sure, I think when I glued it shut, I got all perforated down here. You can see it's all puckery. So I need to take this upstairs to the iron and get rid of those puckers. So this one here, I did the cotton pocket. And so I satin stitch applique that pocket on just to make it easier. I could have done it in a different way, but I think it would have made it harder for you guys and you wouldn't have liked that. Also, there you are, Mary. Oh, I'm so glad you made it. I was waiting for you. This is, you know, more special fabric, and I didn't want to have it hidden inside because it's more expensive. So what I do, and I have the instructions in there, is I pieced it together so the inside lining is different and I don't have to waste my more expensive fabric. And let me show you on this one that's a little bit bigger. You can see I did the same thing here. This one I did a little bit better job of folding this and having less seam, and then I put a little bit extra Decoville right here to support the snap. So this is it. This is the Dolly mini rucksack, and you wait for, oh yeah, did I not tell you guys I cut my hair off? I had to because of I wear a CPAP mask, and this part of my hair gets all knotted and tangled from the CPAP mask. And then that hair, I should say, it gets all dry and broken. And as it gets longer, then it starts to get really tangly. And it was taking me 20 to 30 minutes just to get the tangles out. So I'm like, whatever. I pulled it all up on top and cut it. And yeah, Grayson took a video of that. It was pretty funny. Oh, I found a leaf stray. So, I'm not going to lie to you guys. When I did this one, I had to switch to a 100 needle because it's so thick. So I made, like I said, I made the changes. This one I did successfully make with only a 90-14 because we reduced the seam, we reduced the lining up here. So on the back, you'll see the zipper pocket here is just, there's nothing above it. Like here on this front one, you see how there's a zipper pocket, and on the old version, there's a little lip there. So I eliminated that to eliminate the bulk in these corners. Which you can, I think you can kind of see how thick it was. It was really hard to turn. So then if you look at this one, it's much nicer. And then we eliminated the bulk down here by making the pocket on the back end above this. And this one is actually, it's kind of long, so it's actually hard to get your hand in there, but it's probably still enough to put a phone in. So, wait till you see the tester. So they've been tearing it up. Beautiful bags. You guys are going to be really excited. So I think I need to do the addition. So we'll have an optional second pocket here for change. So we have to test that. So hopefully we'll get this done before the week's over. And I already have started the clutch version. So if you don't want a backpack, it'll have the same features except this way. So it'll still have the gusseted pocket. And you'll see this revision. You see how it's a little bit shorter here. So I made the pocket longer and raised this up for this version. And the video, I did the video on this version. And it's already out there, but I haven't published it yet because I wanted to give you guys the sneak peek. So after this video, I'll publish that on YouTube so you guys can get a head start and watch the video and know how difficult or not it is. This is definitely not a beginner project, but I think an intermediate or very confident beginner who's done a few of my bags can totally do this. But it's so much fun. Look how cute it is. And that 9x5 by 14 inch one, for those with the big hoops, that one's going to be really great and very useful. So that's it, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera over, and if you want to hang with me, I'm going to do the, how do I flip it? All right, let me see. Oh, I can actually see myself since I'm doing this. I'm going to do a quick test out. Ah, look at my dirty house. Of the, sorry, the over the belt loop. Let's see if that's in. The split 5x7. I've never done one of those before. So this is like new for me. I'm making sure, see if I can get this better. Let's see. Okay. Where can I put this? Oh, I have nowhere to put this for the, read the comments. Okay. So if you want to hang out, I'm just going to test stitch it. And somebody asked about how the, oh, this will work. How the giveaway item works. So I'm going to purposely tear out a seam so I can show you guys how it works. It's awesome. I actually did make a mistake in the video on the YouTube and I had to use it, but I edited that out. So some people don't like to see the edits. Hi guys. So I'll show you, anybody who's getting here late, I will redo the demonstration of the new bag at the end after I stitch this out. What in the world? Uh-oh, I got something in here. I don't want that in my machine. So I'm hoping tearaway, I don't use tearaway very often, but I had bought this Cotton Soft hoping it would work for bags and be a little bit softer so it could stay in there, but it's not. It's really, I don't know why it's called Cotton Soft. It's soft, but it's very firm. So it's not very helpful. But let's just try this out with our new bag. And I did not pre-cut my materials ahead of time, so you guys will bear with me while I do that. So I'm going to go ahead and load the first file and run the stitch out. And like I've said, I've never done a split file before, so this is a first for me. This is a first. And somebody's already tested out and the regular belt loop, and it's got a little bit of a mistake on it. So I gotta look at that and see. How many people have ever done a split hoop design? Okay. I did not get a zipper ready, I'm sorry. Oh. This might be perfect. I'm using yes, this is going to be 2 hoopings for the 5x7, and I'm using this vinyl from the exclusive pack that Amy had on my embroidery. No, this zipper does not match. Sorry guys, I gotta find a black zipper. Here we go. I need black. I am just a hot mess. Oh, shoot. I've been in my current role at my company for 8 years, and I've never had a mistake that caused any issues in production, and I made a really bad mistake Friday night. Thankfully, we were able to get it all cleaned up and fixed, so it didn't impact any of our customers, but it still was really bad and had egg on my face, and I was very paranoid. And we bought another company last year, but that company has kind of taken over. So I just really paranoid about making a mistake. And my boss is like, don't worry about it, Kimberly. We'll get through this. And so that's why I've been in what's the word I'm looking for? Unavailable all weekend. So now this one is a modified version. So I made it wider so it'll hold the cards in it this way. So I think it'll hang down a little, but they just give some more options. And you know I like to give options. So I'm gonna go ahead and tape this down. And I'm gonna go through this a little bit fast because this is more about testing it than demonstrating to you guys. But if you're new here because of the freebie, thank you for joining our group. I'm telling you, I was blown away by how popular this was. It reminded me of the hair slide. Who's been here since the hair slide? That was almost the same kind of situation. Somebody asked in a group if anybody had ever seen an in the hoop thing, and I was one of the first digitizers to see it and say, hey, I can do that, no problem. So I whipped one out, and it was pretty easy, and it kind of went off. It's kind of slowed down though. Hardly anybody buys those anymore. So I'm just making sure that the middle of my zipper is lined up with my middle placement line. And this file will work. I should have tried a number 5 zipper. I think it will. But actually, I had to, because I constructed this differently, I don't know if it will. I'll have to try that. Most of you who follow me a long time know I'm not a big fan of anything raw edge. I only have a couple patterns like that from when I first started. But it lended itself well to this pattern because the sample was in some free embroidery group design, and it was actually from a leather working group. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and tack down the zipper so it doesn't move while we're working. And you guys bear with me because I'm just going to wing it on cutting the material because I didn't prepare it ahead of time. I need black thread. I think I need black with this. Yeah. Okay. So we've done our tack down of our zipper. Let me switch my thread color. And then we're going to go ahead and put down our panels. So the first hooping basically is the whole bag, and then the second hooping is just the arm, the top part of the strap. And I added 2 registration marks, and it may be that I might have to add 2 more. I'm not sure. So, okay. What did you say, Grayson? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What?
Did you ask me to tell them something?
No, can I say something?
Well, I have the camera set up watching the video for the bag right now. You can come over here and say something if you'd like, I guess. You're going to ask them to subscribe? I don't think they'll be able to see you now because we're facing the sewing machine.
I got this.
Okay. Try not to get in here because if you mess up the hoop, it'll mess up the whole project. Okay.
Wait. Never mind. We'll say it at the end.
Okay, he's going to say it at the end, guys, whatever it was
so
you wanted.
About this, can I be outside because I was already outside, but she barked, so I had to bring her in.
Yeah, you can go outside, just don't go away from the house.
Okay, sorry if she barks, people.
Wait, what do you mean that she barks? Why is she going to bark?
She's inside. If she wants attention, she's gonna bark. So,
Okay.
tell him sorry if she barks.
Grayson says sorry if the dog barks. He wants to go outside if the dog is in the house. Okay. How many of you guys got that specialty pack when My Punk Embroidery had it and you didn't know what anything was until it came in the mail? I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't my cup of tea. But it was kind of a fun. I'm not sure if I'll get another one again because I realize I'm a little bit of a control freak and I really didn't like being shocked and surprised. So, oh, I'm going to have to cut another long piece because I need it to be, oh wait, this might be long enough, right? Yeah, I'm going to wing it and try it. We'll try it. But you'll have measurements to do. Haley, shh. No, no. Sorry, guys. Okay. So we're going to attach this first piece here. And you want it about 1/8 of an inch away from the zipper teeth. Just enough so that you can move your zipper pull. And use your ruler if you need to. I'm eyeballing it. Oh, I think this dog here wants her dinner. Okay, and then let's put this piece here. Oddly enough, even though I free cut it, it's even. And hopefully this piece will be long enough. You know what, before I do this, I'm going to go ahead and trim off this little bit of zipper tape right here. Oh, did I cut it too close? Oh, I better wait. Don't do that. Just trim it at the end. Okay. The thing is, Barbara, he requested this. She was actually testing the first one for me. So, I think that's not high enough. And I made it these 2 separate color stops, so if you don't want to try and do it all at once right now, you can do the first one and then work the second one in. Okay. Any questions? He went outside now, Mary. That's why the dog's mad. No, I'm not upstairs. I'm in the messy living room. So look how this is coming up at the end. Do not be tempted to put your fingers in there. If you think it's going to come undone, then use your stop. She wants attention. Her master went outside and ignored her. Okay, so that one's all done. Let's trim away that jump stitch. And then we're going to do this second one. Okay, so I'm going to stop this after it gets through here, and I'm going to show you how you use this little tool. Okay, so let's stop this. Okay, so you just realized you messed this up, and you put it on upside down, and you need to fix it. So this is what this looks like. It's serrated teeth. Doesn't cut me. And then, can you get in closer? So all you have to do, make sure she has water too, please. It was like the first time I used it, my mind was blown away. So all you need to do is get in here underneath your stitches and just start running it along. I don't know if I can do this and show you guys too at the same time. You just kind of rub it along here and it'll pull those stitches right out. Let me try from this side, it might be easier. Now it's going. It's not working as well on this one as it did on the cloth. But you just kind of cut along and it pulls the stitches and it doesn't cut your material or your vinyl. Just, this vinyl is harder because it's got fuzzy backing. And then it just leaves the little fuzzies left over from the thread and you just pull those out, reposition, and restart. It's very cool. Much easier than using a regular seam ripper or little scissors or any of that. So let me put this back on here. So that's how you use that tool.
Mary wants to know if you're upstairs.
Oh, I already answered her and said no, I'm in the messy living room. Are you going to keep an eye on the comments for me and be my helper?
Yeah.
He said
She
yeah.
wants to say hi to me.
Yeah, they wanted to say hi to you, Grayson.
Oh, I've got it.
Okay, I'm going to put this side down. What, Grayson? Somebody else say hi?
What?
Did you say somebody else said hi?
You messed up my message.
I messed up his message. I'm sorry.
My message.
Your message where? To the group?
On YouTube, on your live stream.
You're on my live stream? He's the king of YouTube. He knows the YouTube stuff.
I know it better than you.
Oops. Didn't mean to do that.
She does everything.
Yeah, he knows it better than me. So, see how he made the comment? Kimberly Clark and Family. So he's logged into my regular account. So he leaves his comments for all his YouTube people. I love you guys and all that kind of stuff. It just like, it kills me. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Okay, so now we want to go ahead and move our zipper pull into the middle, and we're going to add a couple of, because this doesn't have any piecing of vinyl on the outside, I thought it better to add in some reinforcements. So I'm adding in 2 bar tacks at the end of the zipper on each side. What you need to be careful of is this zipper pull is here, so you need to make sure your presser foot does not hit it when it goes from one side to the other. Also, you might want to put a piece of tape there because sometimes your presser foot, when it tries to go stitching across this, might get stuck and pull the tape up. The zipper tape, I mean. So I'm going to do the little bar tacking. And then I'm going to lift up my presser foot. You guys know how I do that when it comes over here because I don't want to hit that zipper pull. Because it's a big one. Yep, see, mine would have hit. I have it so it comes from here to here. So that's going to give us some more reinforcement so that your zipper pull doesn't come off. It'll also take a little bit of pressure away from the final seam when we get to it. So we're going to do the little snap placement. Okay. Now we're going to do our backing. So now we're ready to put our back on. And we're going to do our partial seam. Yes, Mary's on the group.
Lori.
I don't think so. Lori's probably busy. She doesn't get on very many of these.
What did you see, Maggie?
Okay, so this is the time we want to go ahead and cut out the zipper. And I don't want this papery stuff inside. So I'm going to cut this out too. Did you just say boring? He just said boring, you guys.
I want fun stuff. Like this. Dance party.
You guys want a dance party? That's what Grayson's saying. You want a dance party.
Well, at least
A fun
do
stuff.
more videos.
Or do more videos? Grayson, they're embroiderers, honey. I don't think they want me to get up and start dancing.
One thing. Lauren Warmino is a sewer.
Yeah?
And you only get 19 people watching you when you have 1,000 subscribers.
He just dissed me, guys. He said Lauren Mimino is a YouTuber, a sewer, and she gets a lot more. I have 1,000 subscribers, but I only have, what'd you say? I only have 19 people watching?
Yeah, it's true. You actually do.
Oh. Well, people aren't used to coming to YouTube for me yet, Grayson, because we mostly do Facebook. Grayson's idea was to do YouTube so we can get my viewership up on YouTube and get me a higher rating.
No, to get money.
Oh, and to get money.
Well,
You have to have so many hours before you can start monetizing and get any kind of ad fees or anything like that, and I don't have anywhere near enough.
I don't think you... Wait, can your videos get sponsored yet?
No, I can't get sponsored either. What does it mean to get sponsored, Grayson?
It means you share stuff and then you get... They give you free tours and then you sponsor them and tell them, go check this place out.
Oh, you get free things to, and you tell people to go check it out.
Yeah, well...
So, like, I could get a sponsorship from Kai because I just showed how to use that tool. Okay, so now our backing is loosey-goosey, but that's okay because we're going to put our backing on it and we only have one more step to go. And you can get as much of this stabilizer out as you're comfortable with. I'm okay with it there. Right, let's see. Probably cutting way too much of this, but that's okay. Okay, so now you want to put your backing vinyl down,
Mary wants me
right
to
side
dance.
face up. And make sure it's overlapping down here by about 1/2 inch, so you give yourself enough room to trim it.
Mary wants me to dance.
Okay, well, I'm not putting the camera on you to dance, but you can dance if you want.
I already am.
He's dancing for you, Mary. When we get our living room finished, we've been working on it. We'll do a dance show. We have hardwood floor in here, so. Okay, so I'm just taping this in here just a little bit because we're gonna flip this out and do our second hooping in a minute. Okay, so now we're just gonna do the bean stitch around the bottom. I hope this works. Okay. And I'm using black, so I don't know how forgiving it's going to be. Did I miss any comments? Oh, I saw from Grayson. Everybody's saying hi, Grayson. I got lucky there. See, this was a little bumpy up. I should have put a piece of tape there. He doesn't. He has a Switch, but we don't have any kids dance programs for it. Do they have kids dance for the Switch?
Yeah, they have Just Dance 2019 or something.
We don't have it, but they have it. They had it for the old Nintendo, but he didn't really get into it.
I played it once at Nadia's and Husband's. But
I think you played it when you were little with Auntie Larissa. Oops, right? See what I'm saying? This right here, you have to watch out for that. If I kept letting this go, there was a potential it could fly up like this and get broke and totally mess up. So I'm going to throw a piece of tape down there real quick. Better to let it go through the tape than mess up your project. So those are some things you need to watch out for. It's the kind of stuff that's not necessarily something I think to write in the PDF. Okay, so now we're done with the main body of it. And it's going to go ahead and stitch our registration marks.
Did you see what I said?
What do you say? His favorite is Chad Wildclay and Rebecca Samora.
What do you mean? That's not all of them.
Okay, I need to change that. Okay, so now we're going to skip the last step, but I need to move that and put it over on the other side. All right. So let's get this tape off of here. And what I'm actually going to try and do is just patch the stabilizer.
I mean BY.
Instead of rehooping a whole nother big piece, I'm just going to try and patch this. So I'm going to cut this out.
Get more content, boy.
Maybe.
What?
I was trying to just trim this out to save the stabilizer. I don't know if it's going to work though.
Keep doing your boring sewing.
He thinks my sewing is boring, guys.
People want to see real life content.
People want to see real life content. This is real life
I
content.
mean, technically, Chad has 11 million subscribers for just doing real life content.
Okay,
Me,
I'm not Chad. He's comparing to me to Chad Wildclay.
and Southern Project Georgia. And,
So these YouTubers, y'all, if you don't have your little ones in your life, whether your child like me or grandkids or nephews or whatever, these YouTubers are so smart. So they start with their regular channel. So we got Chad Wildclay, okay? Chad is married to V Quaint. So now they have V has her own channel. So Chad is monetizing his channel and making, how much is Chad? 3 million a year?
3 to 4 to 5.
3 to 4 million.
I don't know.
Then V has her channel and she makes
2 to 3.
2 to 3. And then they have their helpers.
Daniel.
Their friends like Daniel and
Which
they have this thing called Secret Ninja,
Spy Ninja.
Spy Ninja. I'm just using my seam ripper to try and seam this. This might be more trouble than it's worth. But I just thought it would be easier than rehooping another whole piece. So anyway, so then what they do is they start a video, right? And it's like a TV show. And then it's like, oh, it'll be continued. And then you have to go to Vi's channel to see the continuation. Yes, sir.
You also forgot Daniel.
Yeah,
Daniel
I told them
and
about their
Regina.
different friends, Daniel and Regina.
They both have.
And they all have their own channels. And so they're monetizing all of this. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, I'm giving up on this. I'm just going to hoop another piece. This might be too hard.
You
But
see what
I mean,
I'm
they're
doing?
taking in amazing amount of money. And they release usually one a day,
Yeah.
and so they release like one a day on each channel, so they're making more money. So instead of it all being on for 2-hour segment on Chad's channel, he has 1 hour on his and 1 hour on V's, and they make more money doing it that way.
They don't even go live.
It's
at
pretty
all.
amazing. Yeah, they don't go live. Theirs
They
is all
never
recorded
have.
content.
They never have.
So they edit, and it's just like a little TV show. They have little mysteries and things like that. So smart people though. They've been doing this for a few years, and those guys are in their mid-30s. Rebecca Samora's late 30s. She just
32.
bought a 3.5 million house. Was that it?
It was either 3.5 or 4 million.
3.5 or $4 million LA house. All YouTube money. Okay, so let's go ahead and load our second design and see if this is going to work. Fingers crossed, this should be pretty easy. So we don't want to tear away the excess stabilizer behind that, because we need our placement lines. And I said the excess stabilizer. What I meant was the excess vinyl. Don't trim away the extra vinyl, excess vinyl. Okay, so now here's my crosshairs. So I need to use a pin and drop in at these points onto my stabilizer so that it meets at the same places. And I really like these flower head ones because you can drop them in and see them. So I'm going to go ahead and position this at that crossbar, that T right there, and push it all the way through to the back on both sides. And now I need these pins to go in the same place. So at the bottom of that crossbar on this, just push that in there, and then rotate this one around, and then it should land into that one. And see how my pins are going straight down now, so I know this is in the right position. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my tape on. So make sure you have tape ready so you can tape it down so it doesn't move. Okay? Did you guys see all that? Or do I need to do it again? Do you want me to do that again? Since he's leaving, peace out. Okay, I think you guys got it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my pins out. And if we did this right, we should resume stitching at the same places. So when my pins are out, I'm going to put a few more pieces of tape down to hold this snug. So there's a couple little jump strings you'll have to trim out. How many viewers do I have right now, Grayson? 19. All right. And then it's gonna go do the little the placement. And then stop after this one. It's gonna try and come down here, but stop. And actually I'm gonna put another stop up here. So what I did is I didn't want this to get centered in the hoop, because if this was centered in the hoop, then all this extra weight would be off the hoop and it would make it hard to keep this flat. So I put a little stitch down here to force the hoop to stay centered up here. That's a stopping stitch, but you see what I just did? I would have had the potential for it to get stuck. So I'm gonna put one up here too. Let me add that in. But it looks like it's all lined up for me. So let me trim this guy out and see what it looks like. And I'll add some straps. Hopefully it should hold the pockets, credit cards nicely. She might need to go, you know, OUT SIDE.
I think there's a dog.
Oh, well, where's the whistle?
I think
thing.
it's Alice.
So now we have the stabilizer on the bottom of the exterior, so you want to work all that out. So if you were going to do these in multi-hoopings, this one would be easy to redo, a couple of them. So just pull this stabilizer out. So that's why on this one, for the double hooping one, you need to use tearaway, because you don't want the poly mesh to be stuck on the exit outside of your bag. It might be a little hard to get the stabilizer out of here, come to think of it, since I have that little channel in there, but just do it as best as you can. Maybe might be better to use water soluble. It's coming out. There we go. So just work it out with your seam ripper. So again, make sure you use tearaway. And you don't need to worry about ripping out inside that snap, because your snap's going to be covered with, that little snap placement's going to be covered with the snap. Well, this stuff is coming out pretty easy. This is Madeira Soft, Cotton Soft Tearaway. I found a 3-package version on Amazon. Okay, so let's trim this guy out. I'm just trying to stay about 1/8 of an inch away from the outer beam. This is actually kind of floppy vinyl. It's kind of weird. It's not as firm. Maybe because that's the tearaway. I don't know. It's really thick, so you'd think it'd be more straight. Around the curves, I'm not very good at it on the camera, but on the curves, what you want to do is you want to feed the vinyl into the scissors. You hold your scissors still and feed the vinyl into it. I don't know if you can see that. That's how you get the nice gradual curves that don't look jakey. Or jagged, I should say. I find on the straight runs, it's usually okay just to chop at it, but on the curves you want to feed the vinyl into the scissors. Hold your scissors still and feed the vinyl into it. And I don't think there's a name on this vinyl, because these were the specialty ones that she wasn't going to sell anymore, so there was no name on the roll. So don't ask for this one. All right, and after I do this, I'll show you guys who are late to the show the new bag again. I'll show it again for those who are late to the show. All right. So then you'll put your, hopefully the credit cards will fit. After all this, they better fit. Oh, they're really tight. It fits that way, but it doesn't fit. It's supposed to fit this way. So I need to give it a little bit more room because the zipper pull is taking up too much room. So I need to give it another 3/8 of an inch wider. So that's why we test stuff. It's not meant to go this way. There's a different version to go this way. That you need the 7x11. So it's actually too long. It doesn't need to be this long. This is why I test, so I can shorten it up. Why did I lengthen this one? This can be shortened up 3/4 of an inch. I don't have my pen here. So I can take it up 3/4 of an inch and widen it 3/8 of an inch. So well, it'll work this way. That wasn't the way it was meant to work, but, and so this one, your stamp will go through your pocket. Like that. So, since I already have this one done and it fits the horizontal, I'm just gonna keep the same files and make it, so this one's, make it shorter, less wide. So I already have it done. And then there'll be one that is less wide, that's just like the 7x11, and then this one will be another one that'll be a little bit shorter and this way. So I might have actually used the wrong file, thinking I was doing the right one and used the wrong one on this. Okay, so that's it for this. I'm not showing you guys the snaps, so you know how to do snaps. But so that's how that one will fit. You put it over your belt loop, and then just work just to give it so it's gonna go right there. Give it memory of where the fold will be. Just go ahead and put something, weight this down on top, and then it'll have a little memory in that vinyl, so it'll help it. The other thing you guys can do, not on this one, but on the bigger, or the one piece, the placement line where you put the top pocket, you can always put another piece of vinyl on the back and the credit card will slide in there. So if you have the freebie file, if you put another piece of vinyl on the back and use the placement lines to put the top neck on, then you can put your credit card in like this. But the problem is that won't be secured then because the strap is coming this way. But it is an option. You could do that. Okay, so we have 14 people left. So real quick, like, I'll show you guys who missed it. The new bag that hopefully we should have released. This is the Dolly Mini Rucksack. Rucksack is a term for backpack. So this is the 7.9 by 11 inch. It has a gusseted front pocket. Inside there's a slip pocket. Then the main pocket here on the back. Ignore these flanges because I took that off. But you have a solid back. And we actually had this almost ready to go, but my testers want another pocket right here for coins. So we got to do that. This is a 6x10. And I wasn't going to do a 5x7 because this was torture to turn. But I think a 5x7 would be so adorable for a little kid. So I think what I'm going to do is do a 5x7 but turn it on the side because this much turning, I can't have the turning hole bigger than this because of the pleats to make the gusset. So, but if I do the 5x7, I can put the turning hole here, and it'll be so cute for a little kid. So I know you want it now, Mary. The snap won't interfere with the function of it. On this one, yeah, it will when you put the snap in it. So this isn't big enough. I might be able to squeeze it in there. So on the regular version it won't, because the snap will be underneath where the card is going to go. This one is just off kilter. But yeah, you're right. This one's not going to work this way because the snap. I'm sorry. No, you don't put the snap all the way through here. You're going to put the snap inside the pocket, so it won't matter. Yeah. So you don't want your snap to go all the way through. You want it in the pocket only. So, oh, that's a good point. I'm glad you asked that, Deanne, because what I would do, because the snap's not going to go through this whole thing, this is what I do. Cut another piece of your vinyl and put it behind inside to support the snap so it doesn't tear out. But yeah, so on this one, the snap is going to go through the pocket only so that it doesn't interfere. But this is the 5x7. So when you do the 7x11, the card is going to be like this. And the snap has to go through the pocket only. So this is what the 7x11 is going to look like. And I think I have that noted in the PDF. So turn this back a little bit. Your 7x11 is going to look like this with a card vertical. And then the 6x10 wide, it'll be like this, but not as long. And the 6x, the horizontal one, the snap will be underneath the card. So it's going to be the same as the freebie, only the zipper goes this way and your card will go in like this. Okay. So, any questions on the new bag? And this is a 2 hooper and the flap. So I did the sneaky thing that I did with my cha-ching bag wallet. The snap or the flap is stitched on the first hooping within this. So under here, your flap is going to be right here. You're going to stitch your flap and then you're going to cut it out before you do the final seam for your pocket. So the seam doesn't come all the way up to here, but you can see it doesn't matter on the inside of the bag. You can't get into that part of it. So you'll notice that I can't take it all the way up to here because the zipper's there. The lining will be pulled up, or I mean the exterior will be pulled up, but you won't be able to see that. So this pocket goes only to about right here so that we can keep it out of that seam and reduce the bulk. So remember, this one has so much bulk in it. It's hard to get the corners out. So I reduced the lining in the back here. There's no lining here. The zipper is only from here down, and then we reduced the lining out of the sides and the bottom. Because on this bag, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers between the cotton and the vinyl up here. I use Decovil Light on this piece because it's cotton. On here, you use just SF101 or Woven Fuse, and I'll have instructions. So when you do this flap and you fold it in half, you're only going to put the Woven Fuse or your interfacing on the outside pocket, but only down to just before the seam, so that Woven Fuse doesn't get in the seam, and that helps reduce some more bulk there. So you can also do the flap as cotton and flip it inside out. I don't know if any of the testers have done it that way yet, but it's a perfect place to put that little flare of vinyl. So I would really encourage you to do vinyl if you have vinyl, because it just adds that extra little oomph right there. You don't have to do the decorative stitch if you don't want to. There is no placement on this bag for the snap. And actually what I had planned to do, what did I do with them? Grayson gave them to me earlier. I had wanted to use a buckle on this one. So if you see the video, you'll see me get exasperated about that. But what happened is I ordered 3/8 or 5/8 inch buckles, just like this one. These are the colored ones that just came today. But the webbing that I ordered was really, really thick. It wasn't flat, and I didn't realize that, and I didn't think that I could get my machine through it. It was like twice as thick. So what I wanted to do is do a buckle here. So that's why there's no snap placement on the flap, because you may want to do a different type of closure. You might want to use Velcro or whatever, or even a button. But I thought it would be really cute with a little, to put this through here, but these didn't come in time to do this one. And now that I'm seeing the pink, I was like, man, that would have been so cute. So I might still make another one and use cotton, just make a cotton strap to go through here and here. So you would put the webbing here, and then down here, the receiving end, and then you could buckle it closed. So my picture just froze. Oh, it did. Why did it freeze? Does my phone say something that I'm not seeing? Oh, it does. It's yelling at me. Low battery power. Sorry, guys. Hopefully that froze it. Grayson, when my battery power went to low battery power, it froze my camera. So sorry, guys. I was showing you. You might have heard me and not seen it. No, I'm finishing up here. I wanted to use these little buckles. So I ordered these 3/8 inch buckles, but the webbing was too thick. So you could use a little buckle closure here, and it would be so cute. Now I have to catch up with the video. There we go. So that would be really cute if you had a little buckle closure. So, but that's it, guys. Hopefully we should have this. Like I said, the testers want another pocket right here, which I don't want another hooping, so it's going to be a little bit trickier. So you'll have to, we'll add the zipper in, and you'll have to fold under the hem to meet the zipper right here. And then you'll have a little change pocket here. This pocket will still go through, and then right here you'll have a little coin pouch. And that'll be optional. So you'll be able to totally skip those steps and then just have this back be flat. So blame it on the testers, Mary. They made my bag harder. Vivian, these are actually the magnetic snaps on this one. They're the magnetic snaps from Kian Snaps. I love those things. But they're not strong enough, in my opinion, to do on a big one. One thing you'll notice on this one, I made this flap longer since this one. But when you put your snaps on, you're gonna want to actually put content in here so that when you snap it, you have that room. Because if you apply your snap like this, all the way down here so it's flat, you're not gonna have much room to put anything in there. So what I did is I filled this up with a few things just to get an idea where to put the snap placement. So that's why there's no placement on here, because you need to figure out what it is. But I show you how to do the snap on the video. So you center this one on here, you apply it, and then you put your stuff in here, and then you kind of put this down and put a pen mark where you want it. So I just shoved it full with some stuff. Oh, this here? Yeah, I use magnetic snaps on my tester as well. Yeah, I'm in love with the magnetic snaps now. So that's all I use. I have all these cam snaps I'm actually going to be destashing as soon as I have time to go through them and doing a big bulk sale to whoever wants them, because I'm not doing snap tabs anymore, and I have all these snaps now. You didn't want to know how many snaps I have. I have a ton. And they're all in containers, and I might just try and sell it with the containers included and just put it in a big box and ship it that way if I can find a Amazon box that's big enough. Okay, guys, again, this is the Dolly mini rucksack, and then I've already started the Dolly clutch. So those of you who don't want a rucksack but want this little gusseted pocket, it'll be a clutch. So it'll be sort of like the Cell Clutcher wallet, only it'll have the gusseted pocket, and it'll be more sizes. So that I will probably do the same thing, take it up to I don't know, a 14-inch wide by 9.5-inch tall. I don't know about that. Maybe. I'll see what the testers think. But it'll be in all my traditional clutch sizes. At least up from 5x7 and above. With the gusseted pocket, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Oh, one other thing. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention on Dolly. If you don't want the gusseted pocket, then you can just make this be a slip pocket like the Cell Clutcher wallet and just have the flap and have this be a flat pocket here. So if you don't want to go through this gusset, because it's a lot to get through. On the original one, I had to use a 100 needle to finish it. On this one, I used a 90, but I changed the digitizing. So on this one, I did the traditional, and I was coming across here, and it could not get over this balk right here, and it hung up, and it was a mess. So what I did on this one is I start the stitching here. So you're going to come down here. It's going to end about, you're going to come down here. It's going to end about right here. Then it's going to lift up and come over here and stitch that way, and lift up, come over here and stitch this way, and then go back up. And that way it's not working against this gap right here. And again, I'm not sure why mine got rippled down there. I think it's because I glued it shut, and I was doing it on the video and in a rush, and it wasn't gluing very well. So I think I kind of got a little wonkiness there, so I'm going to get to the iron with it. But all right, guys, we're done. Or we're back up to 18. That's all for today. Hopefully this was helpful to you. I will publish the video for the rucksack. So those of you who want to start watching the video and get prepared while we finish up the final revision to it, you'll be able to do that. Please. Oh, Grayson wants to do it? Okay. Do you think, Grayson?
Please remember to like and subscribe. And that's all. And you tell them the rest.
Okay, guys. He's saying, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I need to make a few revisions for the 5x7. But so it'll probably be another day before I release these. But everybody who missed the freebie, I do have the freebie only version. The poll showed everybody didn't want to wait for the bundle. So it's already on the Etsy shop. But if you want the bundle, which will include all the variations, hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday I can get that one published, since I obviously now need to make some fixes to this 5x7 multi-hooping. All right, thanks everybody. Have a good weekend. How do I finish? How do I stop this, Grayson? Did I just hit X?